How are you doing?
I'm awesome. How are you?
I am good. Where are you right now? This looks kind of like a pretty cool room.
Well, yeah, I was just showing you around a little bit. I'm actually in my barn because the internet on my bus, buses aren't out on the road right now very much.
Right.
So like they cut off all the like TV and internet and stuff. So I was like, oh crap, I don't have internet. So I had to run inside and come into my barn. And so I'm in my barn. This is kind of where I have, some fish hanging on the wall, and my boys come in and we, hang out in here. And so, but this is one of my favorite places. So.
Nice. Well, thanks for showing us around. So have you and the boys been spending a lot of time in there, a lot of time together during quarantine?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think about so many people who are truly like, in a big city, like stuck in an apartment. It has to be an unimaginable, like I can't imagine how difficult, that's a really different situation than I've been in, because we've got our house, and then I've had this farm is about 15 minutes away from my house. And so we just been like zipping back and forth. And like, I bring the kids out here, and honestly, I used to come home for like 24 hours,
Yeah.
and try to squeeze in my time with the kids and squeeze in teaching them stuff and da 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 da. But now I haven't had to squeeze it in. I've been able to go, hey, let's take a few days and learn how to drive like Daddy's stick shift, like the 79 CJ7, or let's learn how to run a tiller, or let's hook up a trailer, or let's do little things. And so that has really, I've truly gotten some amazing stuff out of this. Might go down as like one of the best summers for me, with my children,
Right.
at least, like I said, though, I think about so many people that it's just a different situation and very difficult. But we have definitely taken advantage of our time at home.
Definitely. And so during quarantine, you've also had like a major career achievement. Your duet with Carly Pierce, I Hope You're Happy Now, went to #1. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
How does that feel to get another top spot?
I mean, it's awesome. It's unbelievable, really. I mean, truthfully, I feel, and since the beginning, I've felt really humbled and just thankful to be a part of that song. It's kind of her story, her song. She wrote it with Luke Combs. He could have sang on it. And there's a couple other artists actually. And so to be a part of it, I feel pretty fortunate. And on top of that, like you said, it just went #1. But I feel very fortunate. And on top of that, but the only thing I guess is like, it sucks that I got a #1 song on the radio and I can't go play it out for anybody, like live, on a stage. So.
I know. I feel like artists talk about like you can feel it climbing. Like if you go out and play it, you can see the fans reacting more. So it's a little different. But.
Yeah, I mean, like you can feel it hit 30 and then 20 and then 15 on the charts, and then like top 10, and like people start going crazy, and then if it's top 5 or #1, it just really, it's like this thing that that it's kind of like, it's kind of why we do this, like so. I miss that part of it, but I am very thankful, obviously, for the song, and I mean, here we are at #1, so it's really nice.
Yeah, and you guys got to have a little celebration with the writers. I saw you got the foam fingers out and everything. Was that nice to kind of get together even during this time?
Yeah, we just it was only like 7 of us, and we kind of met out at Luke's barn, and so Luke Combs wrote the song with Carly and a couple of other writers, and they were there, and so we just went out and said, all right, might not move. Maybe we can't go out and have a huge, 500 person squeezed into a place normal #1 party, but we can us 5 go out there and hang out, So it actually was it might have been one of my favorite #1 parties ever, because it was just relaxed and we got to just talk to each other, so it was nice.
Nice. And so last month you released your own single, Hey World. Can you talk about the writing process behind that?
Yeah, Hey World, I mean, it was, you can call it a single, but it was really just a song that I wanted to kind of put out there no matter what happened to it. I felt like people should hear it. And the quickest version I can give you is one of my co-writers of the song is an old friend, Mr. Dallas Davidson, and he he just came in with a line. He said, man, this line came from this morning. I was sitting in front of the TV, watching the news, and my 4-year-old son came in and said, Daddy, can we turn the TV off? And Dallas said, well, yeah, but why? What's wrong? He said, well, it's scaring me.
Wow.
And it was the news at the time, and the news was like X amount of deaths and new cases, and the world is coming. It's just very, very. He goes, wow, I guess that is scary for an adult, much less a 4-year-old. And so it just kind of put him in a different perspective. And so he wrote, "Hey world, leave me alone. I don't want to turn the TV on." And so we just went from there. I said, you know what, we got to write that, and we have to write it, and we don't need to try to like cookie coat it, like we sugarcoat it. I mean, it's like some people want to hear when they're, say, maybe in a sad space or whatever their emotion is. Sometimes they want to hear like a song, maybe a country song, that like gets them out of that space. And like they go party, they get out. But sometimes people want and need to just dive into what they're really feeling. And that was this song, and I just fought all day to go, guys, we just need to make this song what it is. We don't need to try to give it some huge happy ending or some twist or something. It just is what it is sometimes. And like, not even just including this time we're in right now, but before that, and like after this is all, past and gone, we all have days where we just we need a minute.
Yes.
We just need a minute. And that's kind of where the song came from.
Yeah, I feel like that's one of those songs. There's a bunch being released right now, like they are relevant for right now, but it could have so many meanings to different people in different situations. So how's the response been? I feel like fans must be.
I mean, it's been really good. We've got a couple of things out. We got a single on the radio called "One of Them Girls," and it's like this upbeat, fun like thing.
Yeah.
People are loving it, but then they gravitate towards this song that we just put out on the side called "Hey World." We have, people do love it. It's more rather than like loving it, they're like, I just get a lot of comments and responses from it. Like, this is how I feel. And this is, thank you for the song, because I needed to just dive into this for a minute, and just be in this moment,
Yeah, it's like when you're sad, you want to listen to sad songs. I get
yeah.
it. Totally get that. And so you recently played the Grand Ole Opry as part of their Saturday night series without an audience there, though. So was that a little bit different than normal? What was that like?
Yeah, that was, well, it was definitely different for sure. Almost weird because, you're playing for no one, but I mean, I've been doing that a good bit, like via what we're doing. I've played some shows to where I can't see the audience, and I'm just playing to a camera. It was kind of like that, except the good thing was it was at the Grand Ole Opry.
Mm-hmm.
So there was this kind of magic, quiet, ghostly thing in the air. You don't get to be inside the Grand Ole Opry very often when there's nobody in there.
That's true.
And so, you know what I mean? And so that really creates, you can kind of feel what's a lot of history in there, and there's that quiet time. But, like I said, we've done this enough to where we were able to kind of, do it and feel it naturally as we could without an audience there. But like I said, the silver lining was we got to play in there with nobody in there, and it was like almost eerie at times,
That does seem like it'd be a pretty cool experience to be in that building for sure.
Much.
So you mentioned doing some like Instagram live shows, online stuff. What do you think about the drive-in concert, scene? Would you play in any of those? Would you do that?
Yeah, I mean, I thought about that before I ever heard about it. Like months ago, I was like, well, why don't we just get people to drive more in their cars? But we couldn't get to it quicker than everybody else had the idea. But no, I mean, honestly, we're so ready to be on the road, like to go play shows. And so, however, we don't know. That's the hardest, I guess, part about this is there's no like definitive answer of when this is going to be back to normal. If it ever gets back to normal, which it probably, I don't think it necessarily will be normal. I think life has changed now. Yeah, I mean, like, hey, I'll go play anywhere. I'll go stand on my head and play for people right now. I'm so
Yeah, so obviously you don't know when you're going to get back on the road, but what's next? Do you have any more like new music plan, anything like that?
Yeah, I've been finishing a record. I got like a week and a half left to turn my whole new record in that one of them girls is on. And so I'm like, honestly, I was up till 2 a.m. last night working on it. We're trying to just dial it in as hard as we can and get it ready for really, honestly, a week and a half from now to turn it in. So I got a new record coming out. I just finished producing a couple things. My brother, Brice, he's got a huge song out right now, and it's called It's You. And I produced another project, and like I've just been working. I mean, honestly, I've probably been working harder at home than I even do on the road.
Wow. Well, that's super exciting that you've got all this stuff going on. So looking forward to hearing that from you. Awesome.
Absolutely. We're excited too. I love new music and everybody wants to hear it. So let's just do it,
Definitely. Well, thanks for stopping by from your barn, chatting with us today, Lee.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.